What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are doing good. So, y'all, with it being close to Christmas, I want to do a video kind of relative to the holidays. First off, because I love the holidays, I love Christmas, but that was not always the case. During this year, and during this time of the year, I always think about people that are going through family difficulties, because that's what I want to share with y'all today. Was my first Christmas after coming out. And how that changed really my family dynamic and how difficult that was. Because when I came out in February of 2012, it was February 26th, I remember the exact date. And I just remember how that went. It did not go good. My parents did not react well. I come from a very large family, y'all, and none of them reacted well to it. I did have an older cousin, though. She was a lesbian, but I think she's 11 years older than me. She was the oldest of all those cousins. She actually moved all the way to Alaska and never really came back at all. So she kind of moved off and done her own thing. So I never really saw their interactions with her much. But since I was only 17, I was pretty much stuck down there. I didn't have a job then. I was just a junior in high school. And finally I did go get a job not long after that at all, just to get out of the house and kind of do my own thing. But I remember when it came around to the holidays, December of 2012, our family always around the second weekend or so of December, it was when school would let out for Christmas break. This was my mother's side of the family. We would go to that year we went up to Asheville in North Carolina, but we'd go up to the mountains, either North Carolina or East Tennessee in Gatlinburg, and we would rent a house, a big house too, where we all could stay together and all have our own bedrooms because my mother's family is so large. And so it'd be all my aunts, uncles, cousins, my grandparents, and we would, go up there and we would just eat a lot and cook a lot of food, and we always opened gifts from each other. The next morning, it was every Saturday morning, and we would even put up a tree and decorate. But and I always look so forward to that every year. But that's not how I felt that year. I was very nervous about going up there because that was a very special time for my family. And that's just something that I really sat and wondered. I felt a sense of guilt because I wondered to myself, did I ruin that for everybody? Am I going to make everybody uncomfortable? And, so I manned up and I still went because even though, all that, I still really felt it like I wanted to, be involved in that. But, but when we got up there, y'all, it really wasn't as bad as I thought. A lot of it, I was just really in my head, a lot about it in my mind. It really did not go that bad, but, also after that, you have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, all those dinners, and that was just a horribly stressful time for me. And, I think it would be for anybody. And so, if any of y'all, this is like, if you have just come out of the closet like recently, or if you just have a family that is very unaccepting of your lifestyle and your choices and, your sexuality, I understand how difficult it can be to have to go to family functions knowing what knowing they don't agree with it, knowing things they've said behind your back. I get that. Even though now, y'all, my family is fine with it. I can bring whoever I'm dating, I can bring my partner around, and it's really not a big deal. They're so used to it because it's been, my God, almost like 13 years or so since then. So it's kind of normalized now, but at first it is a totally different story. I mean, it is so stressful. And I don't particularly ever care to go back to that again, but I try to look at it from a positive perspective. And, it was a good learning experience. It really, really, really taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet, and how to be myself and not care what anyone else what they think about me. It really made me kind of look at myself as an individual and who I am, not what everyone else wants me to be. Because, I had that problem, y'all, growing up. My goal, I was a people pleaser. I wanted to be exactly what I thought everyone wanted me to be. I wanted to be that kid that, did good in high school, graduated high school, played sports, then went to college, got married as young as possible, and bought a house and, just start having kids quick as possible. I felt that's what I was, and also be in church every Sunday. I feel like that is what I was supposed to do. And, for a long time, that really was one of my goals. But, after I came out, I really done some digging and I realized that is just not who I am. I've been fooling myself for years. That was not who I am. I had a whole different kind of life I really wanted to live that I knew would really make me happy instead of just doing what everyone else wanted me to do. And, like during the holidays and stuff, I would go to my dinners and, I would see everyone, they were very similar. They lived similar lives. They had boyfriends, they were all straight and, had their families, have kids and, they had just bought houses and, but I don't know, I felt very out of place. And a part of it too, y'all, I felt sad because I was like, I felt alone a little bit, but I was, I would feel sad because I would be like, I wonder what it would be like if that really was who I am, if I wasn't going through all this and wasn't dealing with this, because when you come out and you have a bad reaction from others, you'll get a weird sense of shame. To me, I don't care how strong of a person you are when, the people closest to you and the people you love the most kind of, sometimes they will turn their back on you, but more of just when they don't support you and when they disagree with you on a deep level like that, and especially over something that is who you are as a person, that hurts so bad, and it's a pain you will carry around for a long time. Because I did, and even looking back on it and thinking about it, it hurts a little bit. But, as time went on, I am very lucky. I am very, very blessed that my family came around to it because I love my family dearly, especially my parents. I love my little brother and my nieces, and, so I'm so glad we are back in a position where we are close again and we can have a normal, healthy relationship and a good family dynamic. So, that right there, I'm very, very grateful for. But, there's people out there, y'all, that don't get that. They don't, their family, it completely turns their back. They are disowned. They get kicked out of their house. And, that is so screwed up. That is sick. To do that to someone, especially people who do that to their children, they just turn their back and just let them go like they're nothing. And they'll be young too, like 15, 16, and 17, they'll find out their child's gay or they'll send them away to like these conversion camps or put them in these schools to try to make them straight. And, that does nothing. All it does is cause more resentment, between the child and the parent or, other family members. It causes resentment. It causes just bad feelings in general. And it makes the relationship it makes it worse. It can make it toxic. It can really, because I know people that have went through that, y'all, and they really, it's sad because that follows them their whole life. It affects them, and things like, when negative things happen in your relationship, I guess with your family and with, especially your parents and, even when you're real young, that really leaks into the rest of the relationships, you have the rest of your life, in your romantic relationships. I know it did mine, back when all this was going on with my parents. I just remember I would be like in my first relationship, I became so clingy to my first boyfriend and we were together for a long time. It was like 4 years. We were together all the time, but I became so clingy and almost controlling because I was scared he would leave or scared that he would turn his back on me. And, because he was the only thing I had at that time. That was the only support system I had was him and his family. They were wonderful, wonderful people. And I still love them dearly today. I still will, absolutely speak and talk to all of them if I see them in public, and, on Facebook or wherever. But, that was the only support system I had. And I could not imagine not having that then. I was lucky to have that. I would have absolutely lost my marbles if me and him did not work out, during that time when all that was going on in my home, because I don't know what the hell I would have done. I would have been so just, oh my God, even thinking about it, just it really, it kind of scares me now, and it's not even like going on anymore. But, guys, if y'all were going through a hard time right now, with your sexuality and your family, and, you have all these holidays coming up and, all these dinners and family get-togethers, and you're nervous, you're scared, I get that. But, I do promise you become stronger. I feel like most parents and families will get better as the years go on. But, and I hope that happens for y'all. But really, the most important thing is that you come to terms with yourself. Take that as an opportunity. Hey, they abandoned me, but, I'm not going to abandon myself and who I am, and really learn to stand on your own 2 feet and start your life, live your life for you. Build a life that makes you happy. Don't be what everyone else wants you to be. Because really, in reality, you don't really need anybody. I know you may want relationships with others and romantic relationships. You want a good relationship with your parents, but y'all, there's nothing in life that is ever guaranteed. The best and strongest and biggest relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. And so I definitely think that is the first relationship we should prioritize, especially when we're young and still learning. That's a very valuable skill I think to learn, is to take care of yourself emotionally, physically, and to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to have a hell of a time loving someone else. All your insecurities are going to leak out, and overall you'll self-sabotage whether you realize it or not, and you'll destroy your relationships, and nothing good comes of that. So it's definitely important that we kind of look inward and don't worry about other people, because they're not. You can only change yourself. You can't change no one else. Nobody can change you. And I think the world would be a lot better of a place if we all kind of focused on ourselves in a loving way, not in a selfish way, and really stay out of everyone else's business. Because that pisses me off, is when someone tries to stick their nose in my business. I cannot stand that, because I do not do that to other people. I know my place, I stay in my lane, and I keep it that way, and I expect people to do the same for me, but it doesn't always work like that. So, guys, I really hope y'all have a wonderful holiday. Have a good Christmas, and I'll make a good, another video before New Year's or so. And but I hope y'all have just the best holiday season ever. I love you all so much. Thanks for watching this video. And if y'all are having any problems right now and feeling any negative way during the holidays, just know that it gets better. It does. It gets better, and life will work out for you in your favor. So, thank you guys so much. I will see y'all soon. Bye.